Welcome back, guys. So as you guys know, I'm a big fan of WWE's Attitude Era. First we had the Golden Era, followed by the New Generation, followed by the Attitude Era, which is still the best one, followed by the Ruthless Aggression, followed by the PG Era, and now we've got the current one. I do think that the PG era doesn't get quite enough love. When did the PG era start? It's debatable, but roughly 2007, 2008 until very recently. So today I'm going to dig into my 10, or probably the 10 best, but it's my personal list, the 10 best WWE PG era matches in my opinion. What's your 10? Let me know in the comment section and let me know exactly which ones I got right and which ones I got wrong. At number 10, we have the Wyatt family versus the Shield at Elimination Chamber. When there's three or two, I should say two because it's two of three. You guys will see where I'm going with this. When there's two factions of three people each that's so dominant, eventually they're going to clash. And this happened to be the Shield and the Wyatt family. This was a match I was anticipating so much, and believe me, it did not disappoint. The Shield versus the Wyatt family. Neither team could lose, but both teams should win. So what's going to happen here? And it was just absolutely a phenomenal match. Number 9 is CM Punk versus AJ Styles, a Chicago street fight at Extreme Rules. So this match was so close to the bone. CM Punk, he, of course, living straight edge. Chris Jericho, more of a rock star lifestyle, and the promos became so real with Chris Jericho pouring whiskey on CM Punk, and it was just became so close to the edge. So they came out street fight. Now I don't know why guys always in street fight in their denim jeans. It looks so uncomfortable. I can barely do anything in my denim jeans, and then they do the knee pads over it. So that kind of detracted from the match, but it was still such a good match. Both these guys are on the GOAT discussions for most people, and they just absolutely tore the house down. Number 8 is Undertaker versus CM Punk at WrestleMania 29. This was in a time where Undertaker was putting up the best WrestleMania matches of his career. I would say from WrestleMania 24, 23, 24, 25, around there, up to 29. It was just the best matches you could possibly think of. We might, spoiler alert, get into some of them later. But this one where CM Punk did the whole Paul Bearer thing with the ashes, everything, it was just so close to the bone. And a lot of people have this debate, would Paul Bearer have been okay with that? And Undertaker on his podcast, if you watch it, by the way, it's brilliant, 6 Feet Under. He said that Paul Bearer was so, William Moody was so into the business that he would have been 100% fine with this angle. I don't know him personally, but if Undertaker says that's what William Moody, one of his real life best friends backstage, would have been okay with it, then I'm sure he would have been okay with it. Number 7 is Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan, 2 out of 3 falls match at Extreme Rules. So this was after the WrestleMania match, the 18 seconds. It just felt like Sheamus and Daniel Bryan fought against each other at every single pay-per-view during this time, but it wasn't quite as bad as we think. Obviously, WWE at the Mania just before this, they kind of ruined it with the 18 seconds thing, but that kind of led to the Yes movement, which was incredibly over, and this 2 out of 3 falls match. Look, we've got Daniel Bryan, we've got Sheamus. Of course it's going to be a good match, but this was just a couple of levels above what I would have expected. Number 6, we've got CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, no DQ match at SummerSlam. So this was the whole thing where Punk told Paul Heyman, I don't need you anymore, and Paul Heyman went to his other client and said, he kind of trash talked me, what are you going to do about it, buddy? And these two clashed. Now, one thing about Brock Lesnar, when he works with a smaller guy, someone like CM Punk, someone like AJ Styles, not that those guys are small, they're still massive human beings, but for the meaty business that's wrestling, they were considered small. Guys like CM Punk, guys like AJ Styles, guys like Daniel Bryan. Brock Lesnar shows up, and on this night for CM Punk, Brock showed up and they tore the house down. Number 5 is Undertaker versus Triple H, Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania 28. So I've got quite a few Undertaker WrestleMania matches on here. And this one is just, it was the end of an era, which was supposedly the Attitude Era, but the Attitude Era ended long before this. But it was still 3 of the GOATs just doing their thing. Shawn Michaels, of course, being special guest referee. And this match, for my money, had the best near fall ever. It was when Shawn Michaels did the switch in music and Undertaker went directly into a pedigree, and Undertaker kicked out at 2.999999999, and he kicked out. And the look on Shawn and Triple H's face when they're just like, after 4 years of you and I trying, Some of those matches might feature later on this list, but after 4 years of you and I trying, we just can't put Undertaker down. And this match was just absolutely 10,000 chef's kisses. Number 4 is Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels at a ladder match at, I believe it was No Mercy. This was the one where they had the whole swinging from the ladder, both of them, or not swinging from the ladder, swinging on the ladder with both of them got a piece of the belt. This was the feud with Shawn Michaels and Y2J, where Y2J invited Shawn Michaels to his highlight reel talk show, and he tried to punch Shawn Michaels, and he accidentally punched Shawn Michaels' wife, which was supposed to be the spot, but he wasn't supposed to really punch her. And apparently she told him backstage, "Is that all you've got?" All in good fun, there was no hard feelings, but then the two of them had like this real heated rivalry, and this, for my money, one of the best matches. I believe this rivalry was in 2008, if not the rivalry of 2008. Number 3 is CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank 2011. Most of you probably already knew this was going to be on there. I mean, it's got a Dave Meltzer 5-star rating. What more can you ask for? So this match, what makes a good match great is in-ring work. What makes a great match fantastic is a good rivalry. What makes a fantastic match just over the edge is a hot crowd. And this match had the hottest of crowds. If Cena wins, we riot. He's heard that at least twice in his career. The other match, unfortunately, didn't feature on here because I believe that was still Ruthless Aggression. But this was just CM Punk had to win. There was just no way around it. Now, what happened afterwards? Was it good? I don't know, but this match was brilliant. Number 2 is Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, career versus streak. So when Shawn Michaels became completely unraveled and he did some of his finest acting in his career when he just couldn't beat Undertaker at WrestleMania 25, and then he wanted Undertaker one more time, and Undertaker's like, nah, not feeling it, and HBK's like, well, I'm just going to make you feel it. And Undertaker cost him the world title. Then Undertaker just told him, okay, you got it, buddy, but it's going to be my streak versus your career. And Shawn Michaels like, oops, but he agreed to it, and they tore the house down. This was absolutely phenomenal. And at number 1 is Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. If this is not just the best match of the PG era, maybe the best match in WWE history, it's debatable. This was heaven versus hell. Shawn Michaels coming out with his all-white Undertaker-inspired gear versus Undertaker with his all-black Undertaker-inspired gear, I guess. And the two of them just put on probably one of the best wrestling matches ever. Now, I'm not going to say a lot about Undertaker being dropped on his head by Snooker. I'm not going to say much about that because that didn't detract from the match just being absolutely phenomenal. This was one of the best wrestling matches in wrestling history. Now guys, did I miss any out? What do you think of my list? And please let me know in the comment section. Until next time, peace.